Nearly fell off the chair then. That might have been an expensive fall. I could have gone on all day, but I was getting a little carried away. Today, we're going to take a look at the Universal Audio Effects Woodrow, the 55 Woodrow? Yeah, 55 instrument amplifier. It comes in this beautiful box. By the way, this is not even remotely a paid advertisement. Quite the opposite. I bought this pedal some time ago. I've been wanting to make this video for a little while. This is not an unboxing video, but I do want to show you the box because the box is really cool. Check it out. It's really nice. When you open this box and see the pedal in there, I'm just warning you, it will really raise the want to buy factor. Okay. So, what is this pedal? What's this video? This video is talking about using this pedal as a somewhat... I might just move over a touch. There we go. Just talking about getting a really awesome 50s rockabilly tone. And it's something that I don't know if it's really been explored a lot with this pedal. Of course, we're a bit of a small niche, us rockabilly nerds. You can see the mystery brain there as well, which is an awesome delay pedal. We'll talk about how that interacts as well. But yeah, this... If you think about it, those guys on those early recordings were using 50s Tweed amps, and that's exactly what this thing does. Based on a mid-50s Tweed amplifier, you get those warm, rich, syrupy tones, which actually you can make a little more brittle by cranking up the tone and whatnot. I'll show you how to do that on this pedal. We can, move more in the bassman territory and all that sort of thing. But this pedal is capturing that, and it does it really well. Now, if you think about what this pedal, who it's really aimed at, it's probably kind of aimed at, your alt country Neil Young kind of guys with that really pushed Tweed sound. But you can dial it right back and go in a different direction, and you could aim it at, jazz guys who want to have that Grant Green kind of tone as well. This amp does that really, really well. It covers that whole, what's the 5E3? That's what I was looking for, that Tweed 5E3 sound. And I think you can actually tweak it to get the 5F6 kind of thing, the bassman-y kind of thing. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's a really great pedal. And after noodling with it for about half an hour at the shop, I just had to buy it. It was totally unplanned. This was quite a while ago, actually. But anyway, let's talk about the pedal, and let's have a look at how to operate it. I'll give you my tips on dialing in, a really cool mid-50s rockabilly tone. We can kind of, go for some of those earlier fuzzy kind of recordings, or we can, sharpen it up and get more of a Setzer sound. So let's have a bit of a look. Now, I've just got it right now. What I'll do, I'll give you an idea of the clean tone. There we go. I thought that was a hard press button. It's not. Let's turn off the echo. Okay, so that is straight into the interface unaffected. Now, this thing replaces an amp altogether. I am not playing through an amp at all. You are just hearing the pedal straight into the interface. Well, actually, right now, you're just hearing the guitar straight into the interface. So this thing simulates a room with an amp and even a microphone. And it even kind of simulates the room a little bit, so I'll show you that. That's actually really cool too. So if we start with that, what I'm going to do is put just the Woodrow on. Okay. And now you can hear there's a little bit of character. That was some kind of weird jazz rockabilly hybrid, but it was fun. Now, if you look at the controls here, I'm going to be facing away from the mic, so I'll have to speak a little bit louder. What I found with this pedal is really it's about balancing the instrument volume and the output for the tone you want. If you want more headroom, you'd probably put the instrument a little lower and the output up a little. Let's just see, instantly it cleans it up a little bit. And the mic volume, I think, pretty much, well, actually it does shape the character quite nicely. That's really cool. You can hear the presence go up a little there. I'm going to leave that in the middle. I'm not going to muck around with that too much. So if you want a more clean sound, you get that instrument volume down a little, and you bring up the output, and it's actually, you could really that's a really cool tone. That's the Grant Green kind of thing I'm talking about. You know, those guys were plugging into whatever was in the studio, and good chance they would have been playing through a 50s Tweed amp and tweaking it. So that's without even getting into the room mic and the tone. Let's just go the other way and fuzzy it up a little bit. Let's think of those some of those really early Hillbilly recordings and Rockabilly recordings that were sizzling a little bit more. So we'll put the instrument volume, output down a little bit. You can see it's just a little more bitey. If we want it to sound a bit thicker and a little less bitey, we'll just take the tone down a little bit. And now we're getting into that Grady Martin territory. And you can hear that woolliness that was really common with Tweed amps. They've done this really well. You know, one of the things I do find with any digital attempt at a valve amp is things can really go wrong, really interacting with sort of your input volume, you know, of the instrument, or your gain and your master volume. If they've usually got options like that, if you put those disproportionate to what happened with the real amps in a real room, they can sometimes sound a bit inauthentic, but these guys have really got this covered quite well. It does a really good job. I'm quite impressed. So let's just have a look at the difference the tone makes. I'll wind that right up. You can hear it's just a little more bitey, but I would actually probably like just a bit more headroom with that tone, just to clean it up a little bit, especially if we want to go in that Setzer territory. I'll just bring the instrument volume down and the output up again, like I was just saying. Oh, huge difference. We'll go in the middle, maybe. That's what I wanted. So you can see, I mean, and we haven't even put any echo on. So That's a basic rundown. I'll just show you quickly to the room setting. Okay, this is fantastic. I love this for the ambience. If we crank that up, we're expanding the size of the room. Man, that's vibey. I really dig that. I might just turn that volume down so it's not peaking. Peaking duck. So I'm trying to move them, the instrument and the output down proportionately. Yeah. What I'll also do is I'll just pull the boost out a little bit. The boost really drives the amp, or drives the tone. So you'll get more fuzz and more kind of uppers and all kinds of things. It's like when you turn that. Well, I'll just show you in a sec, won't I? So that room control. That's what that does. It really expands the size of the room. Let's just bring that back a little bit. You get the idea. And I'll bring the tone back a little bit too. But let's put the boost up and see what happens. That really gets into that thick. So you can hear the boost really kind of makes it sound like you've got an amp cranked to the edge of its life, and that's a great little feature there, if that's the sound that you like. So let's bring that back to sane levels. Let's pull the tone down a little bit, and let's look at some of the other features really quick, which is some of the different speaker configurations. So I don't know what a Blue 15. Okay, whatever that is, I don't know. Someone out there will. We've got a GB25. Okay. We've got the JB15. JP12, I meant to say. There were different speaker combinations that were popular back in the 50s. For example, I know that Scotty Moore was using a 15-inch speaker, so if you want to get close to that tone, it would probably be that 15-inch. I think. So that, what can I play? That's not the right key. That's really cool. That's really cool. I think there's something in that. That's something for you to explore. I'm going to keep moving. In the middle here, we can actually save the tone that we like. And then when we hit this button, it'll bring that tone. So if I like that sound right now, I can save it. And then anytime I hit that button, it will bring about that tone. But let's not worry about that right now. This is really cool. This one over here is adding, as if you're running the recording with some kind of unit preamp type thing. So a lot of people really love, the preamp from the Space Echoes. This actually has that tonality built in. I think maybe they did know that Rockabilly dudes were going to get into this. So that's stock. Then we go with the EP3, which that's the tape echo boost that we all know and love. I get the feeling this brings it in a little more, the boost. And then whatever this one is, a KP3K, don't know anything about it. Slightly different, don't know. Again, something you can play with. Yeah, hopefully you dig it. Okay, and then the last part, we're actually going to add the delay. Now, I just wanted a little disclaimer. putting effects before an effect can be a little bit challenging, or you could hear at the start. It's actually, there's quite a lot of echo and reverb going on when you do that. I think the trick with this pedal, you are using it as an end sort of piece before you go into your interface, or to a PA if you were playing without an amp, because you can do that as well. I would bring the room right down though, because it's like a slight echo to a degree and a reverb. If we pull that right back, put the correct button on, then it's quite manageable. So that's quite good, but it definitely gets a little woolly. I do notice that there's a slight exaggerated effect of the pedal when you're going through this, so you just have to dial things back a little bit. That's probably the one thing I've found. I'll bring up a little. Let's bring up the volume a touch. Introduce a little room. See, I feel like it becomes extreme very quickly, so I would use that sparingly. Bring the tone up a little. Boost down a touch. Output up a little. There we go. I think we're starting to get into Setzer territory. Although I think Setzer Territory. Tone up, less boost, more output, instrument volume up, down a touch, a little less room, preamp. There we go. It's pretty cool. So, look, Setzer's not really mid-50s, I guess, but, the amps and the inspiration from all that sound sort of came from that. I guess the point is you can get a really good rockabilly tone out of this pedal, be it early 50s, or if you want to go for even a bandmastery kind of tone, it's doable. You've just got to spend a bit of time with the pedal. As you can see, I probably haven't spent enough, but I have used it for a few recordings. I really dig it for jazz stuff too. It's smoky and warm, and yeah, I really, really dig it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure if you are new to the channel, you click subscribe and check out my other videos. I teach a lot of this kind of rockabilly stuff and licks and transcriptions of different songs. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you really dig the pedal, go get one. Hope you have a really great week. See you next time. Let's try A flat. Why'd I do that?